way.
Those are craters.
Creators.
Fishing pond.
Lord of mercy. They were. I dropped in a one night. I was driving from Kingston to Spanish Town area. Well, I was going to Ocho. And I dropped in a one. I'm sure the car mash up. Me talk about. Me feel like the car just crumble.
It disappeared.
And I never felt anything like that. Never felt anything like that. That's the most horrible part of me. It'll give me a headache.
Oh.
All right. We're live online. This is Leo Gilling, and I have tonight we have attorney Michelle Fanger, and also I don't even know who that driving, but it looked like a Diana Davis Smith that drive some country road because the car dark inside the car dark. But I think we can hear our voice. You did that?
Yes, you can hear my voice somewhere in there talking to you somewhere, some shape or form. Can turn on the light in the back of the car. And that helps.
Okay, well, we can see a little bit of you. Little bit. How where you come from so late anyway? I hope you're not drinking and driving.
Me adult. No, I'm not drinking and driving.
I hope you're not a rum bar you come from down the street, you know.
I come from Clarendon, so so I had to stop at Honey Musk.
I'm going to assume that you're gonna get what is the thing name again? Molasses. Money musk. Molasses.
No, actually when I get some wet sugar. Oh my god.
God have mercy. You know how good it is. How many things sugar cane give us, boy? They give us trash to burn. It give us sugar. It give us molasses. It give us rum. It give us beer. It give us brandy. It give us Appleton. How much things? But it's like it more alcohol than anything else, though. How much else the sugar cane give it?
Bagasse board.
Exactly, bagasse board, snake. It was a truck to run down truck and pull off cane. Did you do that? No, you didn't do that. Yeah, Stush girl.
Never do that. Never have no cane truck road.
We used to run down cane truck. Cane truck come past Rockabess at like 4 o'clock in the evening. And from 4 to like 6 o'clock, that come from what the place name again, and not to be grazing. And it travel about 10 miles an hour. And so when it passed Rockabessa, all 50 boys are run back. Hey, me sure say by the time it reached to what years, less than half of them that when they left.
So let me ask you, when I actually eat the cane or when I just drive off the cane and fling away?
Yes, yeah, man, it is sweet bad, but it's hard. It burn. Okay. First of all, once you have sugar cane, it black. Your hand black up, your clothes and everything. But it's sweet, bad. I know them two people. I don't know what me talk about,
No, we used to do that. I must say, my school were on a Wakefield, So in a cane time.
Yes, okay.
We used to do the same thing. Pull them off.
Yes.
Okay. And they used to move very slow.
Yeah, man.
Slow.
I mean, I understand how Diana no them thing there. Then I no cane don't climb down.
I know that, but I didn't go to school near cane truck. More so, when we do pass the cane in some areas, it's before the truck pick it up and then you just stop and take out 2 pieces or 3 pieces so you want and go. But
oh no, man, we all pull off cane when we don't want.
And then what we used to do now, coming home from school, and you're traveling behind the orange truck, and the men on the back of the truck would throw the orange out.
Orange?
Orange.
Oh.
So they'll be coming from the orange walk, as we used to call them.
Oh, me never seen an orange truck yet.
Yeah, me
man,
either.
when
I
you go to
guess.
Clarendon College, you have orange truck of Chapeltown here.
How Michelle did I say?
Going to the citrus factory.
No, I don't remember the orange truck. I guess we didn't have any groves next to us, but we have we had papaya. And also, like usually, you know, Kansas, you get the molasses.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the truckmen used to give out the molasses.
Yes.
We get some white bucket.
Yes.
Everybody
See,
eat.
that's what I never heard of. The truck giving you molasses.
Them used to have all right. Them used to have some big truck with sugar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Big truck, and they would come and park. And the only thing where differentiate the sugar from oatmeal is a piece of chapalin. And if you come on top, we just jump on there and go and put can and take out all the sugar.
Yeah, and those days they were really nice.
Yeah.
Like the truckers used to be nice. They used to give a little sugar too.
Of course.
And they're not big.
Oh
Just
my
for the community.
So we have whole heap of sugar, we call it orange down a few country.
Yes, because we used to have the citrus factory, so all of them would head to Maypen with the things, and up in Trout Hall and Chapeltown and Crooked River and all of that stretch, you would have a lot of orange and citrus groves.
Oh.
Lots of people grows, so there was the trucks would always be carrying orange.
Okay. You know, today me see one 3-time come from the WhatsApp that Clarendon College I look van. Did you see that? Them are raise funds to another bus.
Oh, I think one of the bus got in a horrible accident.
Yeah, the one that yes, the guy, yes, they had a big accident. So the 83 batch is doing a drive to get another bus.
Okay.
Diane, might as well stay in the dark. Might as well stay in the dark. We can't bother with the light and we can't see you anyway.
Then we drive past the little light them where we have every now and again. We expect me to do. Sit down and stand up on that people like so.
Still right there, sir.
All right, man, stay right there, so.
You want somebody else to read the news here tonight?
Yeah, somebody is going to read the news today.
Well, we have you know, mother.
The lady and our head wrap. Head wrap.
Yes.
We have Mother Fanga.
All right.
Well, you're going to read tonight.
I'm going to leave for a minute because I'm actually home, and then I'm just going to run and speak.
Okay, all right. So we can see your pretty face.
We can't kill time till she come back.
We'll kill time till you come.
Mm-hmm.
I never know, say, you know the thing that the sugar truck and...
Yeah, man. Remember we call with the right name. Remember we were between Hamden and Long Pond.
Yes.
So, yeah, man. We experience. And then some of the truck them come from within the community.
Yes.
Once them are driving. And you know, other day, I met a guy from Westmoreland. And I didn't know it was a big business they had where they collect the trash.
Oh, yes. The trash.
I didn't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I did not know that. So no waste.
Not all, no
waste.
waste.
Sugar cane. I did not know that.
No waste on the sugar cane. In fact, I started a project earlier back in 2018. And the project, we were looking at the different methods that we could use to get fuel to
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that that came out of it is how much fuel if the sugar cane industry was
viable,
how much additional alternate fuel we could have been having because good source of additional fuel.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So nothing was wasted.
Not all was wasted.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how come it just dry up. What do you know what the reason was for that?
I think one is that the soil was exhausted for all the years.
I see.
That was one. So they were, and I guess they said like the machinery,
Yeah, it
you
was
know, to upkeep. And then I guess they were using oil or something
right, and it was too
that cost. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So the overhead
So
was
those
too
people were,
high and they weren't okay.
yeah, and investors weren't making money.
Right. So it was cheaper to bring in the sugar than to produce.
To do it. But I still have a few, but what I know is that some of them, because I know Hamden, they turned theirs into an attraction now too.
Right. Yes. And I
there.
want to go. I want to go to a couple of when we go down to Jamaica. I want to go to those.
But the only thing with the long pond one, I don't know what they're doing with it, but I think the land they're going to lease it out to people.
Okay.
Or develop it.
There is do you know I've never been to Appleton Estate? Have you been to Appleton?
No. Can you believe?
Can you believe I've not been to Appleton? Of all the places in Jamaica where everybody else goes to, I have not been to Appleton. So my next trip is all right. And I pass it all the time.
Appleton.
Yeah. I pass it all the time. Anybody are watching?
Well, we have Faithful Diana from Canada. Say good night, folks. Canada is burning up. Toronto is on fire. Happy I live in the deep bush, and our AC bill is going to have us go broke. The farmer says, sorry, me can't join in. Me hear a drip in a olive oil treatment. Oh, that is nice, easy. And you see how it already long. Diana said, Leo, you crack me the hell up all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if anybody else is on any other platform.
I don't even know if we are we. I don't see myself on. Did you check to make sure that we're on?
Yeah, we're on Jamaica.com.
We're on Jamaicans.com. Okay, I see that now. Okay, yeah.
So I don't see anything else. But
right.
I guess people are coming in. We have a few online. Say something. We're here.
Okay, at least say good night. Which part may I come from? Which part may I watching from or something like that? Talk to him, man. She's And we're waiting on Diana. She come out of our car now because we want to see her pretty face. How are you guys this evening? This is Leo Gilling, and we do this every Wednesday night, Saturday morning.
Tuesday.
Please, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh, like, Wednesday.
All the regal. 8 o'clock. All right, and we have some stories for you. That
a lot. Mardell says she's watching from Vancouver, Canada. Hi.
Oh, hello.
Beverly say hi, Leo. I'm watching from Miami.
Oh, Beverly. Hey, Beverly.
Beverly Frey.
Oh, Beverly Frey. Hey. She tell me today that she will have a rain going on our place today.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm expecting it to come here, but we'll see.
So I got
Beverly Gordon has tuned in. Hello, Dr. Beverly.
Beverly
watching from Pennsylvania.
Hold on to come on the show tonight. I'm sure some tell us to come on the show tonight. I'm sure. All right. So I have a story here. It just doesn't end, right? And I don't want to build too much about the stories, but this just doesn't end. It says 50-year-old man charged with repeatedly raping an 8-year-old stepdaughter. Where does this end? Don't people get the understanding that there's something wrong for so much outrage going on? People, they don't get the understanding that there's something wrong. Where is it going to stop? I don't get it.
I don't know, because even there's another one that raped another little girl, not her stepfather, but she was going to church and kidnapped the little girl. I don't know what's going on, and I guess maybe the comments here are not too outraged. I don't know.
We're putting a lot of focus on women, right? And how women can empower themselves. But I think, I listened to a video over a couple of days ago with Dr. Herbert Gill, Michael Abraham, Dr. Michael Abraham, and Blacker were having a discussion, and they think the answer to the problem is to focus on boys and get them to understand how what they do in their lives impact other people. Because if I tell you this, that if a woman gets abused, sexually abused as a young person, you know how many people that affect? It can affect any boyfriend or husband that she have. It can affect any child or children that woman may have. And so the man who abused the child pretty much gets away and has no repercussion, nothing at all. But the woman deals with it for the rest of her life and affect other people with this illness. Well, it becomes an illness. Huh? I'm listening to you.
With this illness, sorry.
Yeah, because after they've been affected and they now have a mental illness.
Oh, okay.
Right. They now develop a mental illness that illness has an impact on everybody else that they affect, because they now trust almost no man around them, even to get close to them, and that can have some really perennial effects. And consider so many women out there with this problem. We're not having a normal life at all.
You're so right. You're touching a lot of points. You're so right. But also, I don't think they should only focus on boys. A lot of women are abusing boys too. And girls. So
I read an article this morning about that. You see that woman who was police shot this morning?
Yeah. That was
woman that the police shot. I mean, I've been under a rock all day.
Well, we know that.
Well, yeah, but this lady, I guess I guess based on the husband recollection, they had a fight, and I guess he called the police, come defuse it, and then she had a knife, and I guess when they put her in the car to calm her down, she still had the knife. They didn't do their check to ensure she didn't have a weapon. And when he said she might stab him, he's not going into the car. They still wanted him to go in the car. And I guess she came out of the car with a knife. And I guess most of the police, he said the police kicked her in her chest. And I guess the anger, which you can't tell. She was fighting the officer, pull her knife, and they had a gun. But I guess she was just full of adrenaline.
Well, let me tell you.
No way you're going to get big guns.
There's something prior to that. So I watched the other story leading up to all of it. So
what happened?
And it's the man and her were not living together. He lived in another house with another woman.
Oh, so he called her in wife.
I don't know if it's wife or he just says another woman, right? And so he has one of her sons with him, and she went to get the son because custody. And so when she went and got the son, she saw another woman, well, a woman in the house that she must have been living in before, and faced the woman and said, "Listen, this is my house. What are you doing inside here?" Right? That's where that started. But the problem was the man had been going to the police on several occasions to make a report that he's been abused, and the police take it for joke. Now I can see
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I watched the extended thing this morning. The police he's been going to the police on regular occasions, and the police don't respond to him. But every time she goes to the police station to report that he's abusive, them come and harass him. So there's a story there. And now she's dead.
But the thing is that that to me, police, they need to do better training for defuse the situation. Because if she have a knife, you couldn't shoot her knife foot. Like, come on.
Well,
You couldn't shoot her in the hand. You
well,
know,
a
like,
weapon is a weapon to police officers, you know. A weapon is a
yeah,
weapon.
but they say you have to be trained though to know how to disable a person. So they could have exercised, if proper training, they could have. But how fast the bullet will go to a knife plunge? Like how fast?
I don't know. It's, you know, it all depends on whether or not they felt that their life or their lives
were threatened, which is true. She have a weapon, so yeah, they have the right to use whatever force. But I'm saying with proper training, they could have found other ways to disable her instead of. And as I said, they maybe should have checked her before when they put her in the car.
Absolutely. In fact,
Yeah,
they
she said she had a weapon. To take away the weapon and actually put her in a handcuff.
Right.
They put her in the police car without handcuff and then give her opportunity to come out of the car.
Right. That
So
is
there's so many things
right
that could have been done.
Absolutely right there. You're, they should have handcuffed her. If they had to put her in the lorry, they should have put a handcuff on her.
They should have.
So there's some response.
It's a whole comedy of errors.
Yeah.
A lot. And unfortunate because I know she had thought about it, you know, but it's sad what happened.
I agree with Michelle that certainly there's a need to address training and techniques that police officers employ and how they too need to learn how to manage themselves and their responses to situations, regardless of how dire it might seem or how threatening it is. Because like Michelle said, one knife against gun, come on, shoot her in her hand, shoot her in her foot.
Yeah, and the thing is, why they keep her in her chest? Like, really, is she a mouth off? Like, you really have to kick her in her chest? You know, like, so that's our next trigger. So they could have.
I was looking at some statistics yesterday in America in 20. And I was looking at how much police shot and killed in 2015, and it went by month. And we're looking at, you know, how much white people get shot, how much black people get shot, what kind of weapon them have, and all of that stuff. And it's so funny that, you know, they shot a lot of white people, or a lot of white men.
Yeah, they do.
Right, and but the white men them always have gun. They're always armed with a gun. They shot a lot of black men, but most of the kids look to them unarmed. You know?
Yeah, but I think I did that study for Jamaica too. I briefly read it today where they say most of them that are killed by police are not armed.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, and I probably need to look at the Jamaican rules as to when do they engage them weapon and when do they shoot to kill, you know, deadly, and you know, can they shoot somebody in their foot? Probably not. Probably there's nothing in their book that says shoot somebody in their foot, because, you know, the worst thing that could happen is, for example, you shoot her in her foot and the knife falls somewhere and gone, and then can't find the knife, and then the police get blamed. You know, so there's so much things that you can. I mean, I know.
Yeah, but that come with the whole reform that they're doing.
You see the guy where she give me? You see the guy where she give me a while ago?
Oh, me?
Just because me put something on the table, she give me one yai, like, you know.
It's possible what you say, but they
show me the yai where you get Leo.
Yeah. You know, come on, you know. I'm making a point here.
Your point was valid. Good point.
No lawyer.
No, but she just, they really need to reform, because as you see, some of them going with the mentality of shoot first, and then as you see some of them how they interact with residents of Jamaica, the disrespect that they have, and then in turn get back disrespect. So they need to really reform, because somebody is saying something, you know, like, be mindful, like, not because your ego is hit, why you gotta take certain action. Remember back in the day, a button they used to use and people used to fearful. Remember?
Yeah, we used to fear the button.
You're welcome a button.
There's a friend of button. There's a police are walking the button. You say, man, you're button, yeah, man. I mean, I grew up until probably about 20 before I saw a gun. Police used to have button. Lord. But I'm sure there are some people saying some things, anti-Leo tonight. They might say,
No.
More you would say. Diane.
Beverly Fraser, I believe that's a good way to address the issue. Boys need to be raised to understand limits and privacy. Beverly Fraser said, true that. Diana said, that is a limb they can miss here. They are trained to go for a wide, solid body part here in Canada. Cousin who was a cop, a female, spat on him and he stabbed the cop out of her. He got into trouble and ended up telling his sergeant off and just quit. Shirley Lumley said, hey guy, how are you doing tonight? We're doing great. Just passed by. Okay, hold on.
Diana, take over there. Take over there, Diana.
Except I have to find the article just here trying to find it.
At the Facebook should I read from?
Yeah.
Let me see if we can find it. Facebook.
Then when I make them read a man who read it something. You know, hear me read.
No, me read. Just easy now. How you going, sir? Sure. Okay, so I saw where she said Beverly. Beverly, Dana, good night, folks, Canada. I have to go down. I've never read this thing, Beverly said, true that. ZZ Palmer says, sorry, me can't join in. Me hear a drip in a aloe vera treatment.
Sure.
I just say it already long, so I'll be a drip it or drip the whole night. Zizi, you crack me up. Yes. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand what the law is. I can't say, because maybe they're acting according to the law, the policemen, they can't.
Leo, there comes a time when you have to have a review of the law. And it is just too commonplace, the abuse at the hands of the police. And it seems to follow throughout history, that there's just always this abuse, and we kind of seem to get to a point where there is mutual respect, where you respect the authority of the police, you respect yourself, and you respect the other individuals. That is probably just what we don't have existing. So police come and him come with all him authority. If him in Jamaica, if the police stopping you, 10 chance to 1, them have a long gun over them yassa, in them blue, look like them never name for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then just stop it because they're speed.
Hold on there. Are the face that they give me a while ago? Police face that they give me a while ago, Diana?
Yes.
Oh my God.
But puff up and them come to you in such a, for the most part, in such an aggressive nature, but you're already intimidated by the time them pull you over.
That's true. And the police tactics in Jamaica, they is military. It's military.
Police, when the military stop you, get much better treatment in a military.
Yeah.
That is draconian how they treat you.
Yeah.
Them assume say you're guilty, you thief the thing.
Everybody will stop guilty.
And it's so disrespectful when, like I see them draping up people and all of that. Like so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Products, taking them and throwing them all. Like it's unnecessary.
No man, that's so abusive. Years ago, police pulled me over for making a turn. Okay, I should have made the other turn. And the policeman asked me to Uber vehicle. No, can you imagine the first thing out of the police motor Uber vehicle? So me asked me if he here said I'm thief one. No, I mean that is no way to start the discussion, because then you are going to become defensive.
That's right.
And don't pull you over and say, good afternoon, ma'am. You made a wrong turn there. You should have gone left because that is a turn left only. It's disgusting. The policeman asked me a Uber vehicle.
A coffee in business.
That's what I want asking. So me say, them thief one.
And what I realize, that is sometimes they have the superior that will walk by, and if they're out of hand, will point it out. Because some of them, they're not really trained that way. They just go rogue. So not all of them are bad. Okay, let me read the other one that was missing before this little boy wanted this juice. Ardell said they are trained to hit their target, not shoot at jumping bean. I read that she had a second knife and also an ice pick. I wonder if all that is true.
I never read that part. I never read
that part. Nobody else saw it. Sandra Sterling said, hello, my favorite royal panelists and fellow listeners. Sorry I'm late. I'm in competition with Queen Michelle Summerbody.
Beverly says Beverly Gordon says, I am a silent watcher tonight.
Hi, Beverly. Thank you so much.
I don't know what she calls silent. Nice,
the only thing silent and talk about police are sleeping policeman. You never see sleeping policeman. Or never go over so sleeping policeman.
I know they're on the job. Two of them they're in there, they're on the job last year and then catch them asleep.
No, man, you don't know sleeping police.
All the little thing in our road. Police. The horrible thing that is not even normal. Like a whole mountain.
Like a whole army.
You can't ever go with that. If you can't ever go with that, you can't mash up in a two. I talk about broke up in a two.
Oh my God, who come up with these things?
You drive over sleeping police. I said, wait at the whole station out there. So flipping high.
Oh my God. I tell you, they're really bad. They make them different. In America, they make them say, you feel like you go over and then you get a chance to. Even if you run over it fast, you actually roll over it. And it, you know, but at Jamaica, it go up so and come back down.
A whole mountain.
A whole mountain, Michelle said.
Oh my God. I know that in a Michelle's community, the upscale one, right? Michelle, yeah, they must have them higher than everything else.
We don't have none actually, which we should. So we have to slow them down at all. Sometimes you have to ride up on the back kid to avoid the patrol.
No, it's not patrol, they have a short lake.
Yes, lakes are some crater.
No, leave me alone.
They patch up by now. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the video?
Which one?
As we talk about crater and patch up. One with the rain the other day.
Michelle, we're gonna see you above your nose.
Oh, like with the rain the other day.
Right.
When it was raining and flooding for Elsa, this lady was walking on the street and modeling, and then she jumped right in a bottle of water.
No.
Like she never seen water.
No, you see it? I never saw that.
Like she was modeling in the rain, like, you know, like taking her time. I want you to one step to jump right now.
Chuck off.
I want to get serious, man. I want to get serious. Sure. We're going to discuss serious business.
All right, let me read a few more.
Yeah, talk about women who are jumping the patrol.
Diana said,
seriously, you know how many things she could have broken because of that?
We never see her. Like after the video stopped short, so we don't know what happened. Diana said, visiting Jamaica, what I observed since a little kid with the parents, the cops treat some folks like crap and others with respect. Someone is poor, no respect. Also, I feel white folks are treated better in Jamaica. Yeah, I said it. Shirley Lumley said, just passing by. Beverly said, and it defending the police, I guess not defending police, but they are also abused by the public, so they become defensive themselves. But you are correct. They really could do well with how to communicate with the public to prevent escalation.
Yes, but whilst I agree that yes, they get some measure of abuse, when you pull me over and the first thing out of your mouth is to ask me what the vehicle from, what they may expect but more abuse.
Yeah.
Cycle, and you have to be trained in such a way to be a little bit more respectful.
Yeah, I just learned
The
to.
thing is, is that they are supposed to be trained to, for example, to identify if you're telling a lie. But if you make the person very nervous by stopping them and come out with your gun, see, with your
Yes.
we have M16, right? And or the face look again, Diana.
And on top of the M16, have one Glock or 199.
Yes, our 9mm.
And you have spray
Our people they must stop on the road. That don't make any sense. Anyway, move on from that, man. Don't leave the policeman them alone.
Okay.
Police officers, we love you. Thanks for serving.
Yes, exactly. They still a protect way. What we want to talk about is Nicola Hannah Jones.
Nicola Hannah Jones. Oh yes, academia. Yes.
There you go.
What a piece of injustice. Where you want me to start, Leo?
Yes, you start. You started. You have the.
What a piece of injustice.
You have the article. Hold on, I have the article.
But you have to find the article. Let me find the article.
Pulitzer Prize winner, journalist, and creator of the 1619 project. I never know she's so we call it famous. Has turned down the tenured position at the University of North Carolina and will be accepting a role at the Howard University. With the other story, the rest of the story there. Jesus. Okay. Anna Jones, who will become a tenured member of the faculty. Oh, then give her tenureship from.
How do you know that
she
they
was
are
entitled to it because
So
of
then
the thing, and it's given to her.
Become tenured member of the faculty at the Black University Cathy Hughes School of Communications. Made the announcement Tuesday during the interview with Gail King on CBS this morning. The UNC alumna will take on the role as inaugural night chair in race and journalism and will begin her faculty role this summer. Says Anna Jones will also lead the university's newly created Center of Journalism and Democracy, which will train the next generation of Black journalists and investigative and foundational journalism skills. The center will seek to work with other journalism programs at HBCUs across the country, critical at the time where historical facts surrounding race are actively being suppressed. All right, so I'm gonna read them more. But this morning, me and Michelle did a talk and we did an argue. Are you were in the argument too? So when I defend her, Mr. McCann not defend her.
But I support her action because if they denied her right to have a tenure based on what she applied for and the position she was getting because of her race, not alleged, it's pointed out that it was because of her race. And then they decided after a backlash to then offer her the position. I say go to where you're wanted. Howard accepted her off the bat based on her credentials. She had all these credentials, but yet still they denied her the tenure. So go where she's needed, where she's wanted, and she would have benefit actually to the community in that position. That's my opinion.
Yes.
Diane.
I can understand her not accepting the appointment at North Carolina. She's made more than her point. She's opened up the issues for the wider society to treat with, not just at Carolina University, but elsewhere, where they're silent on it. If she had just accepted after the fight and just sat there, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And a lot of other institutions wouldn't recognize the need to have the institution. The historically Black universities must lead from the front. So yes, take her and appoint her and give her that tenure without any issue because she's already earned it. She's earned such an appointment. And nobody should be shuffling around to say what the law say or what the law not say. No man earn it. I agree with her to move on to somewhere where one, she's appreciated, two, she can have a serious impact on the institution and continue to impact what happens it relates to tenuring.
So you're saying that that if she didn't leave, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Right? If she didn't leave, it would be just a matter that, oh yes, she got what she was entitled to, and the wider society is not participating in a conversation, and she won't be happy. And they'll always be judging her. She can't be at ease if she had stayed, because constantly she's constantly going to be misjudged in her position.
Yeah, could I just add something to that? The thing is that based on the requirement for the job, she had already met it. So she should have gotten it immediately. It shouldn't have been a discussion about it, but they made it a discussion. If she had taken that position, you know how many people are slapped in the face, all those who sat back and just dealt with it because it was handed to them.
Right.
She's sending a strong message, and it also will change the culture of UNC because they will not do that again. I guarantee.
And the other non-UNC
Exactly.
UNCs, all the other labels.
Okay, so the one thing that I like about the argument is that if she did not leave, we wouldn't have a conversation. I understand that, because if she had stayed, she would not have made a big stink about it, and then nobody would know about it, and we wouldn't have an issue.
The thing is that, you know, she made the stink before they gave her. I remember she had to create a stink. They wanted her to just take the position, not be tenure.
But it became bigger, because she left. It became.
No, she didn't leave yet. She just left.
Right,
when they
but
offered
now it has
her,
become big because she has left.
Big no, because she left.
There was a stink a couple weeks ago. If
she stayed, then what? The impact of the whole deal would not have been as wide, as broad. So I buy that argument in a whole lot of ways.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And so, because in my mind, I was thinking that probably if she stayed and fought it, if you know, she probably could open up some more doors for other people. But I think that the door is now open, the fact that she left. I get
the door them tear down now, Leo. No door, no exit.
I buy that.
Say, okay, no, we're not taking this. And then say, all right. We're going to give it to you. Not because you know that you judge it, but because you've made a stink.
Yeah, you send the wrong message. You don't send the wrong message, because I would have made her as if she doesn't really fit the requirement.
Yeah.
When she actually already more than fit the requirement.
Exactly.
So she was entitled to it. So if they're saying, they just handed it to you because they voted on it, because there's an outcry. No, it takes away from her who she is and all her credential by somebody. You know, like when you work hard and somebody just give you one little.
Come on, I understand.
So she said a strong message, and that's what people need to do, like stand up for principle on what you believe in. Like, so that is more than the money and more what they're offering and more about principle. And now she stood on a principle. She could have taken the job and not. I like what she did though. But if she wait on them to come back and tell them no.
It's the same thing Bill Cosby did when he did not accept any what you call it again in prison, counseling, rape counseling in prison. He says, I am not guilty, so I'm not taking any counseling, because if you take counseling, you're admitting guilt, and then right? So I get it. And the fact that he went to prison showed us that there's another piece of the law that we would have overlooked. We would have overlooked something where, because I never thought about, for example, if you gave statements after a trial in a civil case, and you are protected the way that he was protected, if it were me that they pull up and send God jail, me that live at jail for the rest of my life.
But that's how you get money.
He had enough money to show us that the law protects you. You understand?
Right. Right, and it's the same way. She has enough credibility,
yeah.
validity, and experience within the industry to
Yes.
control the terms of it. So
Right.
rather than roll over and say, well, all right, since I'm getting it, let me just go on hold my
Oh,
call and
me
show you.
happy now. Me get it, some guy.
Yeah, you know, I get it and be done. No. This is where you turn over the apple cart. Say to hell with it, we now make no
What is
pie
that
at
apple
it.
cart? What is that?
Huh?
In the apple cart business, man. Why you want apple cart?
Oh. So just turn over the apple cart, or
Oh.
we're not making no pie.
All the tart.
Everything spoiled. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to empty out the apple, them are going to roll down the hill. You can't get to, anybody can get any. We're turn over the apple cart. We now make no apple pie together here because we have to plant over about the tree then.
And you know what's so sad? When you think about it, she went back to that school, you know, because that's the school she attended.
Well,
And she
all the more
wanted to
power
give
to
back.
her.
She wanted to give back. And look at how they treat her.
Nice. And she wanted to give back to her community.
All right. So here's Beverly, which is what my argument was this morning. Beverly Frey says, Howard's statue will be stronger now with the two intellectuals joining its faculty. Oh, Howard. Hold on. Let me think about it.
Yes, Beverly.
So that
you
was
are
her
quite
point?
Correct, Beverly.
But that, well, I then Leah said that was his point this
No,
morning.
me draw it.
Was that your
He was
point?
misreading it.
You were saying.
He was misreading it. He was eager to find it, so desperate
Trying
to
to find
find a collaborator.
Beverly, come off on my phone.
So desperate.
Diana says,
Block her there, Leo, block her.
Diana says, racism is alive and well, and colorism is alive and well in the Caribbean also.
Well, that's true. We can agree on that wholeheartedly.
Yes.
But somehow aboard them out there.
What I like is that she met the requirement. She worked hard, she met it. So they can't say it's because she liked her or whatever. She met it. And them not giving it to her, just show who they really are. And Obama said it too, like no matter who you are, what you have achieved, some people just look at the color of your skin and they deem that's where you should be. So
Ardell went back to the thing this morning and picked up. She says, I found it, Eureka.
Oh, she found it.
She says, check out Jamaica Observer posted 12 hours ago titled Fatal Twist. At the end of the article, it says, reports reaching Indicom said that McLeod had 3 weapons in her possession, 2 knives and an ice pick.
Let me tell you.
But it's still not change her point. They should have pat her down, check her for weapons, and still put her in handcuffs and put her in the car.
The question is, why did she have 3 weapons going to her husband's or her boyfriend's house?
She don't have no weapon.
Well, we know. Okay, we know this.
She probably want to move through some dangerous areas.
Yeah, but okay, the police can't say they know her intention. They never saw the weapons. Obviously, they didn't see anything. So what they should have done, as you have said earlier, they should have pat her down, especially the husband. Tell them she have a weapon. I don't want to go next to her. She has a weapon. At that moment, if they didn't do it before, they should have gone, pat her down, check every inch of her front. If they can't touch her, if it's only nails, a female officer to come down and say pat her down and then remove whatever weapon, put her in handcuffs and put her in the car.
What do you think Indicom are going to do? What do you think Indicom are going to do, Michelle? Michelle.
Well, they have to review it though for whatever.
Did you hear anything about
police in mass shooting, and Indicom usually make recommendations. Maybe they're making our recommendations of what they should do.
But you remember a couple of weeks ago, some shootout on the street there, and then one man gets shot after the police pick him up, and they have an Indicom investigation. Whatever happened to that case? Did Indicom come out and say?
We don't know the results because everybody move on. You know, Jamaica, not even 2 hour wonder. They've moved on.
Oh, Michelle's supposed to know. I mean, no, Michelle, Diana's supposed to know.
It's when we work in academia. I work at Indicom.
But I guess that's why you need Indicom to, like, go in if there's any errors or any recommendation. It's up to the department to follow those recommendations.
I agree.
I don't see anything bad with having an independent body go in.
So can Indicom make arrest of a police officer, or they just make a suggestion to the
I'm not sure, but I think they had an issue with that because they were saying they can't really do anything, and they were empowered, but then they said based on what was in their request, yeah, they cannot arrest. I think that was a big issue. They were saying that they don't really have much power.
So they can just make suggestion to the DPP.
Oh, no, for sure. Let us ask somebody to review it and give us some guidance on
but
that.
I know it was a big issue.
The power and the authority of Indicom.
Yeah, because I think it was an issue. Because I think they want to do away with Indicom, right?
Well, some people are getting quite a bit of pushback on it.
We're not all over the darn place. We're not talking about it, but just because.
And you bring up Ina, because just to bring up your
Mm-hmm.
point. Because we had
and then blame me.
Weren't you the one who said we should have moved on?
You
called and said
and then you promptly say that somebody said so and so.
Well, tell me not to read the comments then, because I'm going to go back down there. All right, so I'll leave it up.
Moving on. What's the next topic?
So what the comments then?
Diana,
read them. Leah read them
20 minutes ago. I'm going to read, man. How you going, so?
Yeah, man, you read Beverly. You read Diana. Beverly again, Beverly. Yeah, you read it.
All right, so maybe we talk about summer body for me. Time before I work on summer body.
I'm doing my summer body.
Bev said because of pressure from the conservative right. What you mean by that?
Oh, well, we're on two different platforms. I guess you're on another platform because I don't see that.
Oh, yeah. And then Zizi said, sorry, me can't. Oh, well, I don't know. You have to read it, man. You have to read it.
Yeah, you read them because, okay, I read the Facebook ones, Jamaica.com.
Okay.
Beverly says, I agree with you, Michelle. Diana says, so true, Michelle.
Too much agreeing with Michelle business. Too much agreeing with Michelle business.
What's the next topic? So much is happening. What's the next topic?
Hey, one more we're going to talk about mango season almost done. You get rain, Michelle?
A little bit. They actually closed down my son's school, told us to pick him up early, parents to pick up early. We did. Tomorrow they said school is closed, the bridges might close. We only had a little sprinkle, nothing.
Well, you're not reach up there yet. So
yeah, I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. And I cut my finger today.
Did you guys did you read the news about the new variant that's out? That is
another variant?
Yeah.
They say in America, 50% of the cases that the increase is from the new variant. And then London, the Prime Minister say him ease up all restrictions. He said we have to live with it.
A few might die, yeah.
He said 92% of the people have been vaccinated. 62% of full vaccination, and the other 38% one. So that's great numbers.
That's
so
very good. He can do that.
Yeah, he can do that.
So what will happen with Jamaica? We'll have 5% now. You think the more?
No, it kind of rough with Jamaica. I don't know if it's okay to do, but I always say like the US, they are giving free vaccine. They don't check your status. Yeah, some airports, ma'am. I don't know if they stop now. Yeah, but they don't check your status. So if you're able to leave, leave and get your vaccine, I'd recommend that. Because they're getting vaccine, but they're not getting enough in time to actually get to the mark. So I think we should use that.
We just don't have enough vaccines to go around. There is still a kind of a resentment to a great extent for persons who are not interested in taking the vaccine.
Is the Prime Minister going to open up the country now?
Oh, if I'm thinking we're open up the country, from an economic point of view, he might need to do that. From a point of view and long term, we just can't afford to do it right now because you don't have such a reasonable amount of people vaccinated to do that. So
just at 6%. We're just at 6% of the
we're
population.
at 6%, moving on up.
And if the variant that's out there, they say it's much, the variant in America right now, it's much more contagious. It's like 10 times contagious than the one before.
What?
Yes.
That's scary.
And but the good thing is that if you're fully inoculated, right?
Yeah.
Then death isn't imminent.
Mm-hmm.
You can still get it and you go to the hospital and you're all right to go back home.
Right.
But if you have not been, then you're danger zone.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of sticky. The more I think about it, I'm like, it's a tough position to be in as a government because they're trying to achieve certain level of vaccination, but you don't have the vaccine.
Yeah, but why don't we have the vaccines? If the vaccines cost, let us. If this was our house and you're running your house, the vaccine costs X amount of money. Would you not put that money into giving your family the vaccine so that they can next 2 months from now be productive?
Yeah, but I think
that would be the
the issue is, with the other countries, like third world countries, was at the bigger countries like US, England.
Yeah, but the US was prepared to pay a higher price for their vaccine, and we want the vaccine for little to pay some money. This is not what the vaccine is. Don't look at the price of it. What we pay for taxes, look at the long-term benefit. 2-3 months, vaccinate the whole country, get on with it, earn back the money, tax me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. They didn't have it because the US is. I didn't know that the US had the one that they get in Jamaica, and we don't even use it.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't use them.
Yeah, they're releasing it.
Them.
And then all of a sudden, people in Europe start sue the makers of AstraZeneca, the one where you.
The one out of India.
AstraZeneca, period.
No, because you have two AstraZeneca. You know, there's one that is made in the labs in the UK, and there's another that is made out in India. And European Union is saying that they're not accepting the one from India, only the one from Europe. So
the one of Europe, they must sue the European one. Then.
They don't.
Oh, there's so much thing. But I buy your argument, Diana, where get us healthy first.
Yes.
Spend the money to make we healthy, and then later on build back. Because that's the only way. Because if you continue to put that off, then you're putting people at risk, and it's going to be a longer time before we come back.
You remember early in the game when they were going to spend almost 500 million on promotion and marketing and all kind of foolishness. You know how much injection that 400 million could buy at market and prevailing rate?
What are they marketing?
Go get the vaccine.
Like
I guess they wanted to get people in the rural areas and such to use it. But I said they could use it when you don't
tell me foolishness. You are going to tell me that I must get vaccinated, but when I turn up, you don't have no vaccine. You're telling me to go get vaccinated, but you don't have the vaccine. If for whatever reason half of Jamaica get up tomorrow and say, you know what, we have listened to Diana, Leo, and Michelle, and we are going to go ahead and get vaccinated tomorrow. We don't have no vaccine to give them. You get 200,000 vaccine and you think they have 64,000 vaccines, and all of a sudden the whole country must come to. What you talking about?
Well,
when UK telling us that 92% of their territory have at least one vaccine.
I'm not the government. I'm just trying to be reasonable.
Oh, that was mercy.
Okay, we have to get your act together. We have to get serious about it. It's over. It's what, 18 months, March 2020. How long now? March 15 months now that we're just in a little limbo, neither going nor coming.
Yeah.
Everybody complaining about how prices have gone up to the point that some supermarkets don't even have prices on the shelves.
Did you see what Beverly just posted? She said she went to a concert this weekend. She says, went to a big ship music festival over the weekend and
Yeah.
telling people not to get vaccinated.
Yeah, most of them telling people not for vaccine.
Oh God, then let them out.
Hold on. It's the big ship thing that was in Miami.
Huh?
Yeah, we don't have no
It's the
big
party that
concert
was
in
in Miami
Jamaica.
this weekend.
Beverly, which part big ship was?
It was not in Jamaica.
Yeah,
Unless it was like Mocha, and then tell me.
no man up here. You know, easy.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, listen. Beverly says she agreed with Leo. Yeah, can you believe that?
No. Beverly make an error. I bet
Or
she never
Charlotte.
leave out one letter, one word.
All right. After me name, she do all right with you? You
A
think so?
mistake she makes. I bet she leave out one word. I do
No, I
not.
think-
She was
No man,
not.
Leo, I don't remember what you said.
Ah! I have
Yeah,
to celebrate the moment, yeah.
Yeah, but it rough. It rough for people. It rough, but the economy have to open up. So it kind of rough. It rough.
As a government, it's hard to even
Rough, man.
think what decision to make, because the decisions that were made before were bad ones, and
Yeah.
to catch up on decisions now and make them good, it just really, really, really bad. Because
Yeah,
you're at a crossroad now. Do I make my country healthy or do I make my country wealthy? Which one?
Yeah, and
But
the
the
thing
truth
is,
is that you
in the
can.
midst of this, they didn't renew the I'm not gonna say fire. They didn't renew the contract for some doctors.
Oh Lord have
So
mercy.
the
You see
system
that?
exhausted.
Hold on. No, this to me was ridiculous. That you are willing to give doctors who are in Jamaica, thousands of them, 6 months contract. What? 6 months contract, the doctor? No, man. No. I don't. What are we thinking? What are we thinking here?
Who?
Me.
How much you?
But it kind of sticky because each time, like I see, I'm not bashing the government, but I guess they have to figure out what's a priority. But each time I see where they're saying, okay, we're giving all these millions of dollars to roads right now.
To who?
And to build road.
Oh.
All these road constructions.
Okay.
And I'm saying you have people that we need, doctors, nurses, during this time that we need. That are saying,
Road can sit down for a while. Road can sit down for a ride, right?
yeah, well, if in the claim it was so bad for 30 much odd years and we're able to maneuver it, another year or two, I think you can sit and relax and maneuver. And let them work. Even the other day, the rain fell. I don't know if you saw the video of Kingston Public Hospital in the ICU was flooded because of the rain in Jamaica at this point. And I'm like, these are the things at this point you should be doing. Like, I understand the long-term thing about building the parliament building. I know you guys need it. It's important. But COVID came out of nowhere. So we have to change and rechannel and redirect and change position, like change the sail and get things done.
Michelle for Prime Minister. Michelle for Prime Minister.
I'm too cheap. But these are the things that they need to focus on right now. I understand I see them giving out a few care packages. I understand, yeah, it will help a little, but how far can it go? Because it can't consistently give out these. If we set up the system where it works, and then we can recover more.
I do believe that. I think we can channel all the money to making people healthy. I think that's if people are not there, if them all dead, we have nothing. So we need to help us and then bring the economy back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Channel the stuff into those things, like giving them a little bag of food, not really, but channel into the health department to make sure we are equipped to handle when these people, like if we don't have all the vaccines, suppose, God forbid, the variant comes. We're supposed to have these back of the head facility that is able to handle it.
Yeah.
But based on how it's looking, it's like we won't be able to handle much.
That variant drops in Jamaica, maybe it has already. We in trouble.
Yeah.
Because Africa had been doing quite well. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Countries in Africa have been doing quite well until this particular variant dropped. Then Africa started blowing out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think we need to go back to the drawing board and say, listen, we are put on the parliament building that now important right now. We can still work on the one, even if water drop on in our offices, all right.
Yes, we know. Zoom it. Zoom.
We can put on the road for now. Road are really important right now. The most important thing is our people. The people that make a difference, because Jamaica is nothing without the people.
Right.
Yeah. And that's prioritizing. But I don't know if it's a way of dealing and coping, but we can't like ignore the big, they call it elephant, this huge elephant. And especially people not getting vaccinated.
What do people must say?
No, not so much. I mean, I actually want to hear your name again. Let me look if nobody.
Yes, actually, what? You know, you may talk.
Okay, Beverly said it was Diana's point about vaccinating first and build back later that I agreed with. So why she said Leo?
But I mean, say that. I mean,
and she said, "Oh my God." So much after. She also said we also need to understand that more rampant the variant becomes, the effectiveness of the vaccine drops.
Right. So it's not going to, not all the vaccines will fight them at the same level, but at least, like Leo said, it really protects you.
Yeah, protects us
in a far greater level than somebody who doesn't have a vaccine. And what I'm concerned about the vaccine too, I'm concerned for the education sector, that if we don't hasten to have more vaccines available and to allow more people to participate, then we're going to continue to have children, 40% of the population not being able to join online. By the time you quint it September, you know, Leo and Michelle.
That's true. So do you think they should make it a requirement for teachers to get the vaccine?
Well, there were 5 on the list, you know. I think some of the teachers are not trying to get vaccinated at all.
Yeah, but I think it should be a requirement to get back in.
No, it can be a requirement. You can encourage people to. Yeah. But I think that what you have to do is to recognize that some people won't. And some parents don't necessarily want their children to go back into a face-to-face situation. But what is the alternative arrangement that if we're concerned about the health and the education of the nation, what is that alternate approach that is going to be in place for September? So that if I decide that my daughter not going back to school in that format, but she's going to operate from home because I have connections, and connection mean internet and gadgets, then I should have that opportunity too.
What I think they should do though is do some studies, because like I know that a few schools here in Florida that have opened haven't had an outbreak because of the procedures that they have put in place, like separate the desks, have the glass sheet around it. You cannot walk into the classroom. Parents, other individuals cannot walk in. They keep the children separated. So you don't have an outbreak, sanitizing and doing all that stuff.
Michelle, when we have 1,500 and 1,700 in one high school, imagine all of them, the desks are with partition. Where are we going to put them?
Hire more people for clean.
4 people on one desk, right? 3.
Right. I remember early in the day that they would partition the desk, the bigger desk where you would have 4 seats. So they just put a sheet in between and partition them, and there you have one in each section. But I don't know. I don't know that we're prepared financially to manage that kind of process.
It's rough.
It's rough. And we take a maca joke too.
Yeah, it's rough. But hopefully they figure it out, because children, they do need to get back into the classroom.
No, or even if they're online, that there is really effective teaching taking place, and it's not just, what is this letter? Look it up and tomorrow I'll send you back on WhatsApp and tell me how it goes.
Yeah, especially like in some areas, you have no cases or low cases of COVID. I think those schools could open if they're not traveling outside of the community. Those schools could reopen because the rural
Yeah.
children, the internet, even if you have internet, sometimes it don't really work.
Mm-hmm. That's how we get creative on it. People need to vaccine.
I am so there's you notice that kids have not been vaccinated. What's the story here? The kids have not been vaccinated, but we don't have an abundance of kids with the virus.
They said most of them can.
Huh?
Yeah, they resist and the body, they said, can resist it. That's what the pediatrician said. Like they have to have some like serious illness.
Can you strike your one to bring me back down there? Because I'd love to be able to have that kind of resistance there.
Achoo.
Yeah.
Okay, eat healthy. Take out all those processed food that you're eating. Just a suggestion. Go back to your roots and culture. But yeah, but they said children have because I met a little boy. He was 4 years old that got it from his mother, and he had no symptoms, nothing, while they had all of it. So I know, as you know, what age you go to? I think 12. They could get
12.
it. And some parents are getting it for their children. I don't know if I would go this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that 16 is a reasonable age for them to get it, but I don't know that I would have my 12-year-old vaccinated at this time.
We have so many problems, Jamaica, poor Jamaica. I mean, from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's like, where do you start? What's the priority?
What's pressing?
Yeah, what is the most important thing to do first? Because everyone's problem is number one problem.
Priority.
Where do you start?
Leo, I think that we have to break it down to the family unit and say, how do we best help each family? And we have to start with the health. So if you take care of the health of the individual, they're likely to be more productive. If you ensure the education of the individual, they are far more likely, if healthy, to be productive. So we've gone more than 12 months in an abeyance, so to speak, as it relates to what next and what we do. In the midst of all of that, prices are going up, inflation rate is going up, all services and goods are going up. Income has remained stagnant or in some instances evaporating because some people have lost their jobs. So at some point you're going to have a revolt, a revolution, an uprising, or an uptick in criminal activity, because I will have to find a way to ensure that I can eat food. And it's perhaps going to mean for me that I'm going to do something criminal. We have to get it. Health, education, a social network. I don't know. Social net. Yes.
Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna wrap up the show at this time, but it's a lot to think about.
Well, we should pick up the mood. Why end on a sad note?
Yeah.
It's sad.
Well,
But it's what it is.
It's really
Leo,
rough.
sing us a song. Pull up back the sides.
Why you want me to sing?
Leo,
Listen,
big singer.
Sing. Itsy Bitsy Spider-Man. Sing Itsy Bitsy Spider-Man.
no, but it's a very, think about it, though, Michelle. There is nothing that's coming out of Jamaica right now that is happy.
Yes. Hold on. Those two ladies from the track team, one run first and one run second.
Oh yeah!
New record.
Olympic.
7 points, 10.72.
Olympic.
Hungary, they were in Hungary today. One was 10.
Yes, they were in Hungary.
Yeah,
Why
Elaine
Hungary?
won.
Girl that win, what's her name? The Sherika. she win the 200 meter, beat up everybody too.
Oh
Yes.
yes, somebody else win the 200, but Elaine won the
I mean,
100.
200.
And
She
she
didn't
know
win.
another girl win the 200. I don't know who win it.
Erika Jackson, we are
For
talking
Jamaican.
I talk about Elaine and
For the
Price.
100 meter.
meter. They never run the 200. It's
No,
Jamaica
they never run the 200.
Jackson
Yeah,
beat
but Jamaican.
Ohuiho and Ohuiho. The two.
So
Yes.
that's something exciting, and
Yeah.
everybody will be looking towards at the Olympics.
Who
Okabari,
them BW?
Okabari and Talahu. And
Okay, let's pronounce the syllables as you said.
all of them sound from so they sound like Talahu and Okabari and then one Michelle. There's a Michelle one there. Okay,
Oh, really?
Ahi or something like that. Where they get the name from?
I don't know. What kind of name that?
Jackson
If
and
you come to Jamaica, come get name.
Price. Yeah, get good name. Jesus. Maybe they will win.
Like Gillen.
Exactly. Oh my God. Easy to pronounce, you know. Okabari. Talahu.
Imagine you ever see them Sri Lankan name and the matter names. And then when you see the long thing, you say, boy, and then 20 they probably can't pronounce their name.
Did I hear, Miss Marty said, but did I hear that the Attorney General fell down in the
Yeah,
park?
she fell today.
What was that about? Was that
What do you mean she fell down? Fell down on what?
Michelle, tell me. Michelle have the scoop.
Oh,
mean
she
down?
fell, but not a lot is coming in. I guess she might have sprained
You
her
mean to
ankle.
drop?
It drop
Oh.
down.
Yeah, when I say fell down, I wonder where she fell down from.
And then a couple of days ago, the Minister of Foreign, the minister responsible for business, of government business, walked out of the Senate, and some other people. You didn't see that? Listen, man,
Yeah, they walk out. Yeah, they walk out because Lambert Brown called Kamina a liar. So they walked out.
yeah. Oh
But
boy.
he said more is coming.
You said more come? Oh, Lord. All right, we're gonna wrap. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here tonight. And we'll see you Saturday morning again. But I'm gonna let Diane, who joined us late, right, and dark, wrap up the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for taking the time to spend time with us. Leo just issue instruction left, right, and center. Well, on a beg on a type him name and commend him more so not so aggressive towards us. So please to tell him how he handsome in and cap and his shot. Please to make him know that every point that he make is perfect and uno agree with it. Just a wink, wink, wink. So we know it's not quite true. But I mean, yes, there are a number of issues here in Jamaica. It is pressing the need for vaccination and for more people to take the opportunity to get vaccinated. It is imperative that on a wider scale, we plan ahead for the education sector and to make sure that we don't continue to lose opportunities for learning and educating. As usual, I thank my colleagues and my friends in the diaspora for their continued support. I noticed that the remittance over the last couple of months have been the real saving grace for Jamaica. And whilst I encourage you to send a little money come home, make sure that this is being used in a productive way.
Okay.
For those who are not feeling so well, thank you very much. For those who are feeling up to it, see you Saturday morning. And they said, we must have been nice now.
Michelle, where did I chat, man? Chat.
No, I was saying good night, everyone. You know, I have my little bundle.
All right. Thank you.
Anyways, good to
We
be
see you
here.
Saturday morning again right here at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Saturday morning. See you then. Bye-bye now.
Bye.